we have a very flexible module, very flexible structure for training or for imparting learning. So we will, on the basis of the expectation of the group, we will set our delivery modules. I hope you people have read the 180-page document, especially first 80 pages, because those were important. And I would like to call Dr. Anand Prakash to tell you people about NAOP in general and this course in particular.
This program organized by Central Test. Just to give you a brief recap of why academia and the world of practice has to be brought together for such endeavors. Me and my colleague, Professor Arvind Sinha, we have been in the profession for the last almost 3.5 decades and been trying to do things, and both as a student and then becoming a young academic, we used to have a lot of critical questions with regard to certain practices which are being either institutionalized or taken up by individual practitioners. But when you are young, you don't have institutional support, you want to do a lot of things, but you know that without mobilizing power, without making the right kind of network of professionals, there's not much you can change. You can only demonstrate to be rebellion. And rebelliousness is the one way through which we try to preserve our idealism in one or the another way, but we don't create functional deliveries. So I can feel very good that I have rebelled against established order, but when it comes to creating an alternative value-added delivery, we are not able to do that. So these were the questions in our minds. So after initially shouting and speaking in seminar and conferences and other kind of a thing, this idea of National Academy of Psychology was formed, and we were the voices, both in front of the scene and behind the scene, to have worked on this. So National Academy of Psychology came, and I think the first convention was held at your institute at IIT Kanpur. We assembled 8 to 12 people who believed in certain vision, a certain ideology, certain kind of perspective that we assembled, and we decided to create an alternative organization to represent the vision, represent the mission, and create a perspective of at least about the ideas that we always wanted to pursue. And now, since then, from 1987 till 2010, we have covered many milestones as an organization, National Academy of Psychology. We have now international presence, and National Academy of Psychology is a member of International Union of Sciences. Now, I'm not going into the history of organization. I'm coming straight to the point that I wish to bring forth. We had been noticing and realizing, because our students and professionals that go into the organization, and the way the market is responding to the requirement of psychological testing, psychological business. There are good practices and there are bad practices, and it's always there. But when we realize into this that there are more of a bad practices in psychological testing and assessment than there are good practices. And it is always there. Even in life, for everything there are good practices and there are bad practices. Now, do we want to be governed by the bad practices, taking as an example? Since everybody is doing it, so my doing is also justified. And the good practices is that, no, let me know that what are the right way and good practice way of knowing about it. Psychology has been such a fluid subject, psychological assessment. If you give me a tool, I'll also tell that what kind of assessment is all about. And I found that there are all kinds of professionals, semi-professionals, pseudo-professionals are into the market, doing good job, earning business. But the kind of things, the kind of decisions which are being taken are bad decisions. So they may have a good business. For example, we came across organizations and companies and businesses where people are taking decision about rejection and selection, their promotions, their demotions and every kind of based on psychological tests. And for us who have been taught for years together this kind of a thing, this was a very horrifying experience. How can you decide on the basis of one test that the guy is not aggressive enough, therefore he cannot be given a marketing manager's job because he is not showing, because his scores are low on aggressiveness. I say, how did you know that he is not aggressive? Because every individual has a different way of living out aggressiveness. He said because his scores are low and it's a very scientific tool. So now tool is being used in a particular way to achieve certain kind of objective without realizing that what are the premises, what are the assumptions which are behind the tool, and are we actually making the correct use of those tools, interpretations, right? Because decision making about people affair must always be taken within a network of a data. One data about anything should never be considered sufficient for taking decisions. It is one of the fundamental rules that we teach, preach and practice. But so if you are taking on the one basis, there must be something. And this is now, so looking at the practices, so a group was created which is called CAPT Group of National Academy of Psychology, accreditation search committee on accreditation of psychological testing. And we thought and worked and drafted guidelines, rules,